definitely both communities hate the developer, or maybe not hate, but there are certain aspects of the developer that they heavily dislike. I
Yeah.
think with Geometry Dash and Osu, there are definitely valid criticisms for both of the developers, but again, no one is going to be a perfect developer. That's an oxymoron, but I think with Geometry Dash, I one of the biggest arguments that forever has also kind of, I suppose, confused me is that why is Robtop still the only person who actually rates the levels? He is
Yeah.
the only one in control, at least to the public knowledge. There, maybe he just hasn't told anyone, but I think that that fact would have leaked a long time ago.
Yep.
I like the Osu system. I'm still not as well versed about how actually OSU rankings work, what do BNs do, and that process, but that feels a lot better structured than it is in Geometry Dash. But that's not typically the complaint about like Peppy relating to him being a developer.
Yeah. From what I know, uh, as for like the BN system, basically, I think two people need to nominate a singular map that they think can be rankable. In that period, multiple BNs and NATs even I think check out the map, see if there's like any problems or not. If there is a problem, veto the one thing a lot of people hate.
Yeah.
But if there isn't, in that like 1 week period of time, the map gets ranked, which is
Yeah, I
a
know those terms, but I think I just don't care that much about the whole map ranking process to really know how it works. And in Geometry Dash, it's just simply more
oh
simple.
yeah, it's like, oh, Robtop checked it out, it looks cool. I'll rate it. But the
Yeah, I
fact
mean
that it's like on a singular person,
yeah,
you
I mean
put
they
them in
have
it.
mods who send levels so that Robtop has like a more dedicated access to levels that have the potential to be rated, but at the end of the day, he is the only one who actually can rate a level. Doesn't
Yep.
matter how many mods send a level.
Yeah, and
But
that's surprising. The development takes like a lot of time because of that. Like, for the
yeah,
game,
and I think both developers have the that
like stubbornness, you would you say, or what?
what's the word? Like not a I guess a personality trait. They have a very similar personality trait in that aspect, but it doesn't sort of result in the same things. It's just
Yeah,
very similar to both of them, where Peppy often doesn't listen as much to like Osu people. At least both games still are actively being developed, which is kind of insane to think, especially about Osu. Osu's what,
Se-
18 years old now,
18
and
years.
Peppy
Yeah,
is still working on the game. Of course, he's not the only one, but it is still very insane that he is developing the game and keeping it running.
yep, definitely. But
But another some more similarities about the communities. I'd say they're both relatively positive. Though with Osu in recent, maybe not years, but in recent times in general, the community has become a bit more negative and more doomeristic. But I think overall, both communities are more positive than any other games community I've stumbled upon.
but yeah, there's lots of positivities in both communities, realistically. But
I think
since you
because both games are like relatively niche, maybe Geometry Dash not as much so nowadays, considering it is becoming really popular.
it's
But
quite
both,
blowing up.
yeah, but the more tight knit communities have always been relatively small. So I think that just makes them feel more lively and organic compared to like other games.
Yeah, and that's why you see also a lot of negativity, but also a lot of positivity at the same time, which is
Yeah, because a lot of a lot more voices are
heard.
seen
Yeah,
in
seen
both
and heard.
communities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I wanted to say.